Right, we're in business. Okay.
Hello.
Wake up, hello Arthur. I mean me, I'm talking to myself. You don't have to wake up, you just
So I'm...
have to sit down.
wake up. There we go.
Okay, we're all awake. This is after Nick gave me some coffee. So in the background, we can hear Melissa having a chat downstairs. That's fine too. Right, I've got this book. This is a formulary of perfumes and cosmetics. It might have appeared before.
I've not seen it before.
No, okay. So this is by René Gattefossé.
It's a lovely typeface.
Isn't it great? Did I tell you the year? Do you want to guess the year?
1934.
Okay, it's 59.
1959. Yeah.
It's probably a reprint. The Chemical Publishing Co. Inc. of 212 Fifth Avenue, New York, NY. No, it's the first American edition. Alex has got one in French. So René Gattefossé is actually more famous for having established aromatherapy.
Right, okay.
And the rumour is that what happened was he was working with some essential oils, extracting aroma chemicals from them. And he burnt himself with a Bunsen burner and he plunged his hand, scorched hand, into a vat of lavender oil because it was nearest liquid. And lo, not only did it get better quite quickly and didn't feel that bad, but it didn't scar. And so he thought, maybe there's something to this essential oils lark. Maybe I should look into that. So he did. And he called it AROMATHERAPY. And on it goes. But the thing is...
I've always used lavender on my burnt, whenever I've got burnt.
Yeah, me too. I knew this story, and when I accidentally dropped a scalding casserole on my foot, which I should have shoes on, didn't. Always a good idea, have shoes on, kitchen. But I used the lavender immediately, put it all over, and I mean, it did hurt. But it didn't hurt as much as it would have done, and also no scars. So I was completely up for that. What I hadn't realised was that René Gattefossé continued to work in the aroma chemicals industry. So he loved his essential oils and he discovered all the extra things that they do, as well as just smell nice, but also his formulas, which are in here. I mean, okay, typical one here for gardenia cologne, vanillin, benzyl acetate, artificial tuberose, artificial mimosa, ionone, artificial rose, clover 100%, that's artificial, benzyl hydroxyamyl, tincture of musk, tincture of tolu, natural violet leaves and orange flower absolute. So he was thoroughly into his mixed media perfumes, even though having discovered all the lovely things that essential oils do, he wasn't going to try making perfumes just out of them.
Yeah.
Which I think might possibly come as a surprise for some of the people who know aromatherapy, or just know him for aromatherapy. But the reason I'm looking at it is because I want to do his perfume for Lip Rouge, because it's Lipstick Perfumes Month on the Scenthusiasm Patreon. This is a bit different from
Lipstick
some ones I do.
perfumes.
Lipstick perfumes are, well, all lipstick is perfume.
Is it?
Yeah, all cosmetics are fragranced.
Right.
So
Yeah, of course.
even if it's like, if they're called fragrance free, that will have been neutralised by something. Well, it will still have essential oils in, but technically that's actually still fragrance. But this is his recipe. Usually they're kind of iris and violet, and iris, violet, and rose, kind of, because that's the Guerlain original lipstick was sort of iris and rose. But I've got this one. But I found this lovely quote on the way about roses. It's in his alcoholic perfume section on roses. And he wrote in 1959, "The rose is..." I'm still joking on those chili biscuits. Try again. "The rose is not in fashion because it, like the world, is very old. But it will come again. It is to be found throughout the whole world and is an ingredient of most, if not all, perfumes. Apparently, no perfume can claim perfection without it. Some years ago, the rose was the foundation for the fortune of a very famous perfumer. His creation was a luxurious product, yet in very good taste. I think it just says a lot about his view of the world, this, you know. It's his luxury, but it wasn't awful.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of like that. You know, his assumption that luxury is just really quite vulgar.
Yeah.
I love that. But the thing is that rose is sort of never in fashion.
No.
It's funny.
It isn't.
In 1959 it wasn't, but now it's sort of, I don't know about rose. It's because it's always been old.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, should we make the perfume for Lip Rouge?
Yes.
Okay. So...
Keep thinking you're saying Philip Rouge.
Oh, Philippe Rouge. There probably is one.
Hello, my name's Philip.
Philippe Rouge.
Philippe Rouge.
I think we should start a perfume brand named Philippe Rouge.
Yeah.
That's what this perfume is now called, you know. That's what I've written down.
Right.
I've written down Philippe Rouge. Red Philip, he's a revolutionary lefty. Decided. Okay, so what they suggest is terpeneless geranium oil. I've got normal geranium oil.
So it has terpenes in.
Yeah, but terpenes are just things. They're part of perfume
Breaking
that
the
just, well, they take up quite a lot of space, but they don't smell all that much. If you remove the terpenes, it means that it's more concentrated. But
Cool.
I think, frankly, this will do. So what it's got in grams, where it's got 215, I think I'll just go with 2.15.
Yeah.
So we'll divide it by 100, and then we won't end up with too much to fit in the bottle.
So we're going for 1%.
We will go for 1%. Yes. Okay. Press 10.
This is exciting.
I'm glad you think so. 2.15 grams of geranium.
Is that 100%? Yeah. No.
This is at 10%.
Right.
Actually, so we might have to do a little bit of adjustment.
Yeah, depending on the percentage.
Yeah, but yeah, I've got some things which are at 5%, so technically we'd need double. Okay. Right. This is actually rose geranium, which is very nice, is it? Nope. It's the Egyptian geranium at 10%.
What's rose geranium?
2.15. It is a type of geranium which tends to come, I think, mostly from further down in Africa where we buy it, but it smells much more rosy.
Right.
Because rose and geranium, actually, I should give you a strip. What am I doing?
Go on then.
What am I doing? I'm very...
Get on
They
it.
haven't knocked it over again.
Thank you.
So... But geranium and rose overlap a lot, but
Yeah,
but geranium's got more geraniol and less phenyl ethyl alcohol. Now it wants benzyl acetate, 1.8. Benzyl acetate. Now we've used that not too long ago to make an accord of another flower. Arthur, why were you screwing your nose up at the geranium, or were you not?
No, I didn't itchy nose.
Okay. I was just wondering. I thought
Sort of
you
trying
were,
to get away with it.
right. No, stop. I thought you were going a kind of a...
No.
Okay, so this is the benzyl acetate. So while you smell it, I'll put 1.8 grams in.
Oh yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Do you know which flower it's part of? Because I know you're getting quite good at this now, but it's really difficult if just to drop somebody in it like that.
Can you give me one clue?
It's white.
Okay.
Do you want another clue?
No.
Okay.
Is it iris?
It's
jasmine. It's in jasmine.
Yes.
Yeah, I can actually smell that now.
Okay. Because also the iris is
purple, isn't it?
well,
lilac.
generally, yeah,
Yeah.
they're sort of purple coloured. So you're just trying to catch me out, aren't you?
I'm just trying to,
Make it a little bit more interesting.
I'm
than us
just,
sticking
being
things
your average Joe Blogs.
But you realise average Joe Blogs doesn't watch us. This is special Joe Blogs only.
Yeah, that's true.
I think. I'm not sure we really do it for average Joe.
It's very jasmine-y, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it forms quite a sizable chunk of jasmine. However,
How much did you put in?
1.8 grams at 10%.
Great. If everything's at 10%, then we don't need to do any special maths.
Which is true, except this one is at 5.
So you're going to double it.
But I'll tell you what the difference is that this is not by way of confusing you. Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
What is it?
God, it's reminding me a little bit of Lang Lang.
Does it remind you at all of the benzyl acetate you just smelt?
Is this jasmine?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a very nice jasmine.
This is the extraordinary thing. So this is the jasmine absolute the grandiflorum, not sambac. Sambac tends to be a little bit more down and dirty, but it's less restricted.
I mean, this is really good, isn't it?
Yeah. But the funny thing is, you know, it flips equally between benzyl acetate, and there's actually more jasmine in this. But what they were going to use was the concrete essence of jasmine. So that's not got quite as much full-on aroma in it as jasmine absolute. The concrete is one stage before the absolute.
So you're going to stick with 5%?
I am going to stick with 5%. You have correctly anticipated what I was leading up to there. So I'm going
Taking the words right out of your mouth. Yeah, good.
I'm doing that. So, just as he said. Right, thank you, Monsieur Gattefossé. Because this book I did get off, I think, eBay. I don't buy books off Amazon.
No, you mustn't.
No, I don't buy anything. Now, what I've got here is Rose Ultimate.
Yeah.
Which I've obviously gone and told you what it is now.
Yeah.
And that's at 10%, and that is quite strong. So Rose Ultimate is formerly known as Rose Draft Absolute, but doesn't it sound nicer being called Rose Ultimate? It's from Laboratoire Monique Arène.
It sounds a bit try-hard to me.
Ultimate! It's best! It's upcycled petals used to make rose essential oil, then turned into an absolute.
I mean,
so,
yeah.
That's going to be 0.75. Oh my, because it's at 10%, and did say the concrete. Well, it says concrete essence of orange as well. I don't have that. I just got the essential oil. Okay, I'll go with 0.4. I'll take it down a little bit. Probably about 1 squirt, actually. Because these pipettes are very consistent. And sure enough, yeah, they normally take about 0.5 mils, so that's about 0.4 grams when it's in dilution. 10%. 0.4. Next. Damn, I keep giving it away.
No, you haven't told me. Don't tell me.
No, I haven't told you.
I enjoy this game far too much.
There's no such thing as far too much. Not this game. I mean, there's other games you could probably enjoy far too much.
Oh, it's orange, isn't it? Yeah, you
Yes,
did just tell me
I
that.
did sort of do that. I just planted the idea.
Lovely, lovely.
Mm-hmm. So that one's at 10%.
Oh, this is going to smell really good.
I am hoping so. So, I mean, I quite like following old recipes to see what happens. Normally, if I was doing it, I would be doing them one by one to see how it changes. I have rushed it a bit.
This is what I'm doing with these strips.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just. And I know, of course, this takes about 0.0 Ooh, 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 it smells so vintage already. It takes a tiny bit out, so I'll only dip a tiny bit in. But, yeah, it is. The benzyl acetate has a certain, it just is, it smells vintage. Or it makes things, maybe it's just everything. Right, it's not much orange, but I can get enough in. Da-da-da. I'm going for the 0.75. I love the way all his formulas are just for kilos, because it's for people who are doing this for a living. And also he borrows formulas from Poucher, he borrows formulas from somebody else whose name I've forgotten, but you know, he openly says where he's got them. It's sort of just like shared around the industry, I think. Okay. Okay, there's one thing I've hidden so well that I didn't find it before we started doing this, but I'll give you. So I'm going to use the synthetic, because I think if he had to pay as much for it as I do, he'd have used the synthetic, frankly.
Vanilla.
Yeah, so it is vanillin, because it is at, is it 10%? Go me. And that's 0.75 as well. But first tear. This is interesting because normally I would go with more of a an iris violet kind of a lipstick, so that's also what I should be doing. I found this. Alex used one of my super expensive Myron glass bottles that I normally would only use for really valuable materials, but they were handy. So this is not one of the really valuable. Like I say, it is valuable, it just wasn't expensive. It's not the same thing, is it?
Yeah.
You know. I'm still on the, luxurious but not...
Now then.
Luxurious yet in very good taste. Yeah, what do you think?
It's very imperceptible.
Yeah. It is a material of low slope of psychophysical function.
But I'll tell you what, when it does go up the nose, it's really nice.
It is.
What is it?
Well,
Give me a clue.
Would give you a clue. It is a big part of a flower.
Petal. Stem.
Petal. Widely used in perfumery. And old, like the world.
Rose.
Yeah, it is part of a rose. This is...
It's interesting because it smells wet.
It's phenyl ethyl alcohol, and it does have the kind of damp rose petal-y thing going on.
Yeah, let me shove your nose in there.
Yeah. Shall we see what's like? There's only one thing left to put in. I think we'll see where we've gone with it.
We've hit 6 ingredients so far.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, did I forget to give you one of them? Because we've got 7.
Oh, right, yeah. Yes, then.
Sorry. This is where it is now. But for me, I'm probably imagining this, but I think it smells like kind of ancient lipsticks used to be able to get at jumble sales. So I'm probably imagining, I'm projecting my experience of ancient lipstick on it. One more material to go in, that's all. This is very similar to a material we've already used.
Similar to vanilla.
Yes, it is.
And don't know. Methyl something.
It's ethyl vanillin. You are so close. So
Right.
this is at 5%, so I'm actually going
So
to put...
2 different types of vanillin.
Yes. Ethyl vanillin actually does not exist in nature. Is it ethyl? Methyl? I think it's got one fewer carbon. Is it that way round? Ethyl, methyl? Is it methyl and ethyl? Anyway, it's got one different. 1.2. Yeah. I suppose the only thing, if I'm going to do it again, I will probably put the real vanilla in it, because it was supposed to be vanilla backed up with ethyl vanillin. So this is it. This is our Philippe Rouge.
So you'd mix that into a lipstick?
Yeah.
What's lipstick
not in
made out-
ethanol.
What's lipstick made out of?
Waxes and the colours and fragrance. That's it. And there's actually got lipstick formulas in this book.
Have you ever considered making your own lipstick?
Well, sort of. I worked with Flo for a while, doing some lipstick fragrance formulas, but yeah, Florence. But then she got recruited by Google to do something completely different, so it didn't happen. Flo.
Wow.
At the moment, I'd say...
The rose is running all over it.
Do you think? Because I think the benzoyl acetate's winning. I think the jasmine's all over it. So that's really interesting, I think. Or even mildly interesting, possibly. Yeah.
Great.
Fascinating.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, so that exists. That is now called Philippe Rouge. And I was going to say a thing, but I can't remember what that was. But I think I was going to find. Were they also? Right, perfumes. All in all, it is very difficult to compound a satisfactory perfume for lip rouge. It is possible to use rose bases and supplement them with terpeneless cedrat essence, jasmine and lilac essential oils. Lilac essential oil?
We have to get some.
Well, that has come as a surprise. Okay, hydroxycitronellal and phenyl acetic aldehyde should not be used. The perfume is made more pleasant with vanilla or specially sweetened amber. Synthetic musks should not be used. They are though. Too much importance should not be attached to the actual composition, provided the perfume has a good, pleasant flavour and yet is both soothing and emollient. Yeah. Don't use benzyl benzoate in eye makeup because it can lead to conjunctivitis. Oh, and hydroxycitronellal and its compounds can cause unpleasant burns. They should not be used in beauty products. Cinemates are considered astringents, but they also have a caustic effect. Oh, you don't want that. Considerable discrimination is necessary in the choice of perfume for lipstick, lip rouges and the like. However, all we're doing here really is making the smell of lipstick as a perfume, not actually going on the lips. Things that you put on the lips, they've got much lower, higher safety restrictions and lower levels you can use them at. So, yeah. Some essential oils stimulate cell growth, and the consequent renewal of cells can give the skin an unattractive appearance. Examples of oils with this kind of effect are arnica, rosemary, lavender, sage, marjoram, aniseed, coriander, fennel, visnage, etc. So you shouldn't use those in your beauty products, it says. And this is the man who knows all about essential oils.
Sounds like a brilliant book.
It is a good book. It's a good book. So, Formulary of Perfumes and Cosmetics by Chemical Publishing by René Gattefossé. And yeah, if you can get one, get one. Otherwise, I'll just tell stories and reading out mine. That's it for today, really. I think I'll do it today.
Very good.